Idea of India is under siege, creative freedom under threat, free thinking being suppressed, artistic freedom curtailed, and that's what's been happening over the last week within the country. Ashish Nandi facing arrest for making a statement against Dalits. Salman Rushdie continues to be hounded for his 1980s novel, The Satanic Verses, and now Kamal Haasan, a man who has contributed so much to Indian cinema, is forced to run from pillar to post to get his movie released, the actor even threatening to leave the country for a secular place to pursue his craft.
No, I think Tamil Nadu wants me out.
Well, he has stood up for free speech after being embroiled in controversy over his magnum opus Vishwaroopam, and emotional and hurt. Kamal Haasan has said that he will leave the country if questions are being raised about his secular credentials. Comparing his situation to that of legendary artist M.F. Hussain, Haasan said he will make a secular country his home if he fails to find solace in India.
Now, I shall wait for the afternoon judgment, but after this, I think I'll have to seek a secular state for me to stay in. I've lost what I've got. When I had nothing to lose, I might as well choose. And that choice would be a place where it will be a secular state. From Kashmir to Kerala, excluding Tamil Nadu, I'll look for a place which would house an artist like me. I'll pay for it. I know my art is still left and I can earn. If I can't find it within India, which I will know in another couple of days whether I will be able to find a secular state in India or not, I will find hopefully another country which is secular that might take me in. M.F. Hussain had to do it, and now Haasan will do it. And it's fine, I'll continue to work, but nothing will change the fact, only my passports will change, but nothing will change the fact that I'm a Tamil and an Indian. I have the dubious distinction of being an illiterate in 3 languages that I speak. In Malayalam, I'm quite fluent, Telugu, Kannada, and even Hindi. So I'll seek a living in India or abroad.
And what you see on your screens are live visuals of supporters, Kamal Haasan's fans gathering outside his Chennai residence. They're all waiting for that verdict, which is expected any time after 2 p.m. In another half an hour or so, we will know what the Madras High Court has to say about that ban on Vishwaroopam that has been challenged once again by the Jayalalitha government. We have Prem Vada on the phone line joining us. Prem Vada, high drama outside Kamal Haasan's residence. You have a lot of supporters coming out. It seems that his emotional speech has touched a lot of people, especially when he says that he might just have to find and shift to a secular land.
Definitely, but I would say things are becoming all more difficult and complicated. On one hand, we are seeing fans here outside Kamal Haasan's house staging a roko, shouting slogans in favor of their superstar, urging the Tamil Nadu government to lift the ban on the movie. And also we are seeing here, witnessing here in many theatres, outside the theatres, the Kamal Haasan fans have gathered and are very eagerly waiting for the theatres to open so that they can watch the movie, but that's not far happening. Meanwhile, Vedika, let me quickly tell you there are protests happening by the Muslim organizations outside theatres which are screening the movie. In Coimbatore, one theatre was attacked, and also in Chennai, one theatre was attacked by the Muslim organizations who are staging a protest demanding that the movie should not be released. So definitely, I would say on one hand, there are fans of Kamal Haasan, and the other hand, you have the protesters who are fighting for their organizations. Definitely, things seem to be quite on the edge now. So the question is Tamil Nadu government going to control the law and order situation? How are they going to control Kamal Haasan fans? How are they going to control Muslim organizations whose side Tamil Nadu government basically took?
Right, Priyamvada. So we have Kamal Hassan's statement there evoking mixed reactions. You have his supporters on our screen right now, very riled up, upset and angry. They're demanding the lift on the ban that the Jayalalitha government has challenged. Coming back to Priyamvada, when do we expect this verdict? We believe it's due after 2 p.m.
When 2:15 p.m. is when the Chief Justice, Acting Chief Justice L.P. Dharma Rao and another judge are going to come. And before the bench, this case will be mentioned. And after which the judge will decide, the bench will decide whether to stay yesterday's interim order or to accept yesterday's interim order. It's going to be very crucial. I think around 2:30 p.m. we will know fate of Vishwaroopam movie here in Tamil Nadu, and also the emotional appeal by Kamal Haasan. We get to get any reaction from the Tamil Nadu government except the fact that yesterday they sent him a letter asking him to meet the Home Secretary if he's not able to resolve the issue through the court. But the question is, after sending that letter, of course, we did see the government Advocate General went up to the CJI in the midnight and asked him to ask for the case to be mentioned immediately. And more importantly, till now, the case owners have not come to a decision. They have not come to a conclusion whether to screen the movie or not, because obviously they're also under immense pressure.
Right, we also have the National Commission of Minorities Chairman, Mr. Wajahat Habibullah, who has spoken to Headlines today. Let's just listen into what Mr. Habibullah had to say.
The Madras High Court may have lifted the 2-week ban on Kamal Haasan's Vishwaroopam, but now the actor himself has come out and he said that he's extremely saddened by the whole incident and now even wants to move out of the country. I have with me Mr. Wajahat Habibullah, who is also the chairperson of the National Commission for Minorities. So the actor himself coming out and saying that he wants to move to a country which is more secular now. So being the chairperson of the Minorities Commission, how does it make you feel?
Very sad. Because I have been personally a great admirer of Mr. Kamal Haasan for many, many years as an actor, of course, and I've also admired him as a human being because he's always stood for causes which I myself have always felt were important. I'm afraid I haven't seen this film, nor will I be able to really interpret it since I don't know Tamil. But the man himself, you had the case of M.F. Hussain, a person, an artist of world stature, who had then been compelled to leave the country under circumstances which were most unfortunate. I hope that that does not happen with this young, well, not so young director and actor. He is a great personality of our film world, and one who is widely respected. If there is something that some people may have a problem with his film, the best thing would have been to have gone to meet him, and I'm sure he would have met them and heard them, because he's that sort of person. He's never been a sort of inclusive sort of a person who is kept away from people. He's always been very open to the public eye, and I say this without ever having met the gentleman or knowing him personally. But as I said, I've been an admirer of his, and people have the right to say what they wish. If what they say inadvertently proves offensive, then that I'm sure that a person of that nature will be quite prepared to say, okay, this part I will remove from my film. But instead, launching an agitation, being abusive, I do not think that is in keeping with the secular credentials of our country. And our country prides itself at being, and not only prides itself, but there are others who look to us for setting benchmarks in secular standards, and in many ways we have. As chairman of the National Commission of Minorities, I can vouch for that. But there are still some loopholes, some weak spots, some gaping holes, which we as a country must reflect upon. I think Mr. Kamal Haasan has said has given us much food for thought, and given particularly Muslims much food for thought, because this is Muslim organizations who have protested this matter.
And also the film was released in other countries apart from India, and the film was running houseful. So do you think that somewhere it shows the country, India, in a very bad light, clearly showing that the country is still not secular enough?
You see, now if you say that, for example, I would not agree. Certainly, it shows that there are certain gaps between our aspirations, what we pride ourselves on, and what the reality is. And therefore, We must all work to overcoming that. At least our objectives are there. And today, you know, is the day of the martyrdom of the father of our nation. And he gave his life for preserving the secular credentials of our country. And I think that while taking our pledge for the year that follows, we must all commit ourselves to those ideals.
So lastly, where does India stand as of now? Because it is a very sensitive issue when it comes to the minorities. So sir, as the chairperson, where do you think does the country stand, and where do we see ourselves going in the near future?
Well, where the country stands is, I feel, and that is going to be the subject of our next national meeting of the minority commissions, that a sense of a sensitivity among the majority community, a greater sensitivity to the needs of the minorities among the majority community, and a greater sense of responsibility among the minority communities.
So the chairperson for the National Commission for Minorities himself saying that if Kamal Haasan has to move out of the country, claiming the country is not secular, it is indeed very sad for the country. With camera person Shiv Kumar, this is Aditya Narayanan for Headlines Today.